This week on the Computer Chronicles, the Winter Consumer Electronics Show from Las Vegas. We'll show you the newest MMX Pentium PCs and even a new laptop computer that comes with an MMX chip. Television sets and telephones are being transformed into Internet terminals. We'll show you the newest technology. Internet audio was hot at CES with a new device that lets you record net audio and play it back later through a portable Netman. And new handheld computing devices bring color and digital recording capability to your palm top, plus using your body to form a LAN. It's a revolutionary new technology from IBM called the Personal Area Network. The best of winter CES coming up next on the Computer Chronicles.
Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by SoftSource Incorporated, publishers of Pro One software, educational software for young adults. And by Upside, the business magazine for the technology elite.
The Consumer Electronics Show, CES, is appropriately enough a trade show famous for three-letter acronyms. 25 years ago, the VCR was introduced here. 2 years ago, DSS was the buzzword. Last year, it was DVD. This year, the winner for the most important three-letter acronym is MMX. Several PC manufacturers showed off new Pentium MMX computers, including Acer, IBM, Toshiba, and Sony. The new MMX technology from Intel means improved multimedia software performance. In most cases, you can get up to a 20% improvement in existing software, and for new programs which are written to be optimized for MMX, the increase in audio and video performance can be up to 40%. The Japanese manufacturers, eager to finally dent the US PC market, were taking full advantage of MMX. Sony introduced two new MMX models, the PCV100 and the PCV120. Both models include 16x CD-ROM drives, 3D graphics acceleration, and a 33.6 modem. Sony says it plans to add a DVD drive in newer models due out this summer. Toshiba also used MMX to try to trumpet their entrance into the desktop PC market. Toshiba is the market leader in portable computers, and it showed off one of the first MMX-enabled notebook computers. Like Sony, Toshiba says it plans to add a DVD drive to its new desktop PC line. The digital video discs represent a quantum leap in storage capacity.
It can hold about 17 gigabyte on one CD-ROM drive, so we can get a lot more interactive movies. It's fully compatible with your old CD-ROMs and music CDs.
IBM announced it was now using the new MMX Pentium processor in its Aptiva S series of computers. The Aptiva S80 and S90 are optimized to deliver better quality audio and smoother video. But IBM's newest innovation has nothing to do with MMX. The engineers at IBM have come up with their own three-letter acronym, PAN, short for Personal Area Network. This is an incredible new technology that uses your body to transmit data from one computer to another. PAN technology, like many significant innovations, had a curious beginning.
Well, it started out as a project with Penn and Teller, the bad boys of magic, and I was at the MIT Media Lab, and we were working to make a magic trick so Penn could wave his hands in space and control musical instruments. And Professor Neil Gershenfeld and myself realized that not only could we just send this signal through the body, but if we turned it on and off, we could send ones and zeros through the body and make things like personal area networks.
How do you use a personal area network? Two people, each attached to portable computers, could exchange electronic business cards simply by shaking hands. Or you could transmit your phone company calling card number to the telephone simply by touching the phone.
What I'd like to do is replace all these cards with one card, which we're working on. It's about twice as thick as a credit card that can always be in your pocket. And so let's think of a calling card. If I pick up a payphone, the calling card number comes to the card in my pocket, through my body, to the phone receiver, and off to the phone company. So basically, I just pick up a payphone and dial the number I want, and automatically the calling card number goes up to the phone. So no one can peek behind your back and see the calling card and the number. And basically, all payphones become your home phone.
The personal area network technology is relatively simple. It uses the chemicals in your body to act as a conductor so that digital bits can travel just underneath your skin, sending tiny electromagnetic currents through your body and into the person or thing you're touching. The use of personal area network technology can have some bizarre results.
Basically, it's the salt in our blood that makes us conductive. So even if you're dead, it'll work for several years.
The Internet has its own trade show now, Internet World, in New York, and it now dominates the major computer trade shows like Comdex and Macworld. But now, even here at the Consumer Electronics Show, the Internet is a dominant theme. One of the big Internet issues here at CES was speed and the introduction of the new 56K modems. While the thought of doubling your throughput from the Internet is tempting, there is still one big problem. No one standard for the new compression algorithms that make 56K speeds possible. There are 3 competing standards now, and all 3 players were making their pitch for acceptance here at CES. U.S. Robotics, the first to announce a 56K modem, claimed that over 100 online providers had adopted their X2 standard. But Motorola, touting another standard, warned that consumers should be cautious before plunking down money for one particular technology.
The importance of that is that in the 56K world, you will have to be supported at the head end. In other words, by the internet service provider who has a central site modem that needs to support one technology or the other. For the internet service providers to be able to support different 56K technologies, it will probably be prohibitively expensive for them. So they'll come down on one side of the fence or the other. Similarly, back in the days when you had the question, what do I buy, VHS or Beta, it would have been great to know, well, what's going to end up at Blockbuster?
Lucent Technologies, recently spun off from AT&T, demonstrated their version of the 56K modem using what they call K56 Flex technology. Lucent had an effective demonstration of the speed advantage of their 56K modem, showing an old 28.8 modem downloading pages from the net, side by side with one using their new K56 Flex protocol.
It's a very big difference as when you're downloading a graphic file off the internet. I mean, the analogy we like to use is that if somebody gets on the superhighway on a bicycle, they're probably going to get off at the next exit if it's really takes them a long time to download a file. What we're trying to do here is keep people on the net by providing them faster downloads, faster response time.
It's important to remember that whichever 56K technology you use, you get that speed only traveling downstream from the net. Therefore, if you are using a 56K modem for two-way communications, as in video conferencing, your average speed will be only about 44 kilobits per second. But that is still an improvement over today's technology. There was a lot of interest in video conferencing at CES. Vivitar introduced a new low-cost color digital camera that improves the picture quality of the images transmitted during a video conference. A company called Logicode offered a TV-based video conferencing system which doesn't even require a computer. All you need is their set-top box and your television set. The Logicode box just plugs into your phone line and your TV set, and it's designed to look good and fit into your living room rather than being hidden away in a computer room. The big new internet appliance at CES was the so-called screen phone, a regular phone with a built-in LCD screen, a modem and software that turns your phone into a low-cost internet terminal. Both Philips and Uniden demonstrated their version of the internet phone, but it could only display text, not graphics. A company called Sidco, known mainly for caller ID devices, showed off a new high-end screen phone with a touchscreen pad and a graphical interface from InfoGear. With the Sidco Net phone, you can see a complete web page on one screen without having to scroll. The phone comes with a standard QWERTY keyboard that slides out from under the console so that you can enter text or email. The other big innovation in internet appliances was a new gadget that focuses not on internet text, but on internet audio. This is the Net Recorder from a company called Audio Highway. With it, you can automatically download sound files and record them into this playback device. You can then listen to the net offline, even in your car.
Our focus is the 61 million commuters that are commuting to work really running up their cellular phone bills because they're bored. We find there's a wide array, a virtual rack of audio to choose from. And you can have anything from music to audiobooks to magazines to newspapers to a search of subjects and titles that you'd like.
With the Audio Highway Net Recorder, you can even listen to your email, the latest news, or music from the new web radio stations while you jog.
For this last show of the year, we've collected some of our best guest interviews of 1996. We'll also have
Internet audio was used in a slightly different way by a company called Dagar Software. Their gambling casino program, called InterBet, includes real background audio from Las Vegas. And if you live outside the United States, you can actually gamble online with InterBet using real money.
Cards are out. Here. Anyone want to bet? Dealer has. Dealer does not qualify.
We have about 5 megabytes of audio sound waves, all playing simultaneously, and they were all recorded in live casinos, and it gives people the real feel of being in a casino.
And finally, one clever inventor has come up with a solution to forgetting you're online. This is Dagar's Disconnect software. It gives you a video and audio warning if you are online but have not been active for a predetermined period of time. This is helpful if you get interrupted or stop to take a break and forget you're online. The only debate here at CES on this subject is whether to call these things PC TVs or TV PCs. But one thing is for sure, the television set and the personal computer are converging into one consumer appliance. The most well-known example of a new convergence product is the Web TV set-top box now being sold by Sony and Philips. Web TV adds net access to your television set without needing a PC. The Web TV network service will be adding several new features this year, including the ability to access chat rooms and news groups, as well as full-screen, television-style video from the internet using conventional phone lines. In addition to internet-capable TV sets, there were also new network computers, or NCs, low-cost computers designed primarily to be internet terminals.
The net computer, which is N/C, it's a standard built by Oracle or designed by Oracle. I wasn't expecting to see here actually for the home, and I saw like 5 of them, which surprised me. Some of them are set-top boxes just meant to surf the web, similar to the Web TV concept. But other ones are even moving further out into almost a PC, and that they're going to have Java applets that you can drag down from your internet. Now, I'm personally dubious that the mass consumer is going to go out and understand that. Even I have a hard time imagining dragging this stuff down, so I think it's going to be a lot of education, and it's going to take a long time for that stuff to come into acceptance.
But manufacturers do not seem to be deterred. RCA announced what appears to be the least expensive network computer at just $300. The RCA device uses the TV set for display and will deliver internet services through RCA's own network called the Net Channel. The Net Channel will deliver more than just basic internet by letting users get customized information on interesting websites and TV shows based on the user's personal profile. TV maker Curtis Mathis decided to combine television, internet access, telephone, and advanced caller ID into a brand new multifunction device called the UniView. Curtis Mathis will add the internet and telephony features into their high-end television sets. Net access will be through a new Curtis Mathis ISP subsidiary. Zenith also demonstrated a novel network computer box with a twist. The Zenith unit features a smart card slot so that users can simply insert a smart credit card, which can store information on bank account balances and do automatic account debits for electronic shopping. Zenith's approach is different in some other ways also.
I think some of the distinguishing factors here are there's an open ISP solution here, the concept that you'll be able to select from more than one ISP. That's one major difference. The box does come with Ethernet on it, and well, Zenith makes cable modems, and you'll be able to jack those cable modems into this box and go at 10 megabits.
In addition to the PC-enabled TVs, some manufacturers were going the other way and offering TV-enabled PCs. For For example, Net TV is a Pentium PC with a built-in TV tuner and advanced multimedia capabilities. Net TV also comes with a built-in video capture function that lets you use your hard drive as a digital VCR. Net TV is also offering an external peripheral that lets you turn any Pentium PC into a Net TV. The Net TV box includes a TV tuner card and all the other features of the standalone Net TV. The upgrade box will cost less than $200.
There are 37 million VGA monitors out in homes across the country. And here's a simple little box that you can plug in quickly and turn that VGA monitor into a television.
Watching television on your home PC is an interesting question. I know that corporations certainly don't want people to do that. I think that one example, which isn't a good example, but is true, that when you're waiting for web pages to download, I wouldn't mind like flipping on CNN or something like that and watching that, but it's a limited use, in my opinion.
The Couch Commander is yet another approach to combining a PC with a TV. This box literally lets you do just that by interconnecting the PC in your den with the TV set in your bedroom so that you can surf the web while you drift off to sleep. Electronics giant Hitachi was also demonstrating a new set-top box, but their unit pushes the computer output and the TV output through a VGA monitor rather than through a TV screen.
If you look at a VGA monitor for your computer, everything is very sharp and crisp. If you look at the normal set-top box through a video output, it's a little bit on the fuzzy side because that VGA signal has to be changed over to an NTSC video signal, and in doing that, you degrade the signal down. By going straight VGA all the way through, you keep that high-quality text and graphics, so it's much easier on the eyes, much sharper.
Finally, if all this telephone-based internet stuff is just too slow for you, Hughes Network Systems introduced a new direct broadcast satellite system that combines satellite-delivered TV with satellite-delivered internet. The small dish can receive over 200 television channels and also delivers internet access to your PC at up to 400 kilobits per second, which means a totally different way of thinking about net content.
If you look at the computer folks, you have, if you will, at the children's level, a lot of children's information that can pass through. You'll have things like best of the web, which means basically they'll look and see what the most interesting websites are, the most active websites, and broadcast those to your PC, so they'll be in your PC automatically. So there's a series of these sort of cached services where you're collecting different interesting things for people. In addition, there'll be news services and media services. And I think those are, you know, if you imagine magazines and so on being delivered into your PC as opposed to in your mailbox.
Handheld computing devices were another hot topic at CES. Several companies showed off new Windows CE-based handheld PCs. Among the smallest and the smartest is the Philips Velo 1, which not only comes with a built-in modem, but the modem is implemented in software rather than hardware.
With the software modem, the battery consumption is far lower than with the PCMCIA card. That is to say, with alkalines, we're seeing 2 hours of battery life connected directly to the web the entire time, or with our rechargeable pack, 4 hours, and with lithium cells, up to 7 hours, which is a quantum leap from the battery consumption when you use a PC card modem.
If you're using a Windows CE Palm Top, a nice add-on is this handwriting recognition software called Smart Writer. It can be used right out of the box without a lengthy training process. Smart Writer recognizes 15 to 20 characters per second, which is 4 to 5 times faster than the average person can write. Sharp introduced an impressive color version of its Zorus PDA called the MI10. It features a 5-inch color TFT LCD screen capable of displaying over 65,000 colors. The MI10 has a built-in web browser for easy net access, and it has an optional digital audio and video recorder to capture sounds and images. There were other new products for road warriors here at CES. Timex introduced a notebook adapter for the new DataLink watch, which now lets you transmit data from a laptop without having to attach it to a CRT monitor. The DataLink watch can download data from your computer by reading flashing lights, much like a barcode reader. The watch can store phone numbers, addresses, appointments, and even small text files. The new 150 version also lets you download various timing applications, such as a chronograph or a countdown timer. No road warrior would be found traveling without his cell phone. and several companies introduced new peripherals that claim to protect you from a cell phone's electromagnetic radiation. MicroShield covers the entire phone with a specialized shielding contained within the leather layers of the case, and it covers your keypad with a PVC screen containing an ultra-fine mesh. The MicroShield costs about $60. Kodem Retail introduced the Phone Shield, another approach to radiation protection. The Phone Shield comes in different sizes to fit each style cell phone. This model costs about $30. And an Israeli company called Kelser demonstrated another anti-radiation device called the Rad Gap. The idea here is to simply increase the distance between your head and the radiation-emitting antenna. The Rad Gap is expected to sell for about $30. Another problem for a cell phone user is keeping track of your airtime. Ultradata introduced a unique gadget called the Time Tracker. The device attaches through a simple Velcro strip and picks up your cell phone activity by sensing the antenna transmissions. The Time Tracker can display your current monthly bill and even keep track of free off-peak usage. There were all kinds of odd computer gadgets here at CES. This is a hands-free computer control device called the CyberLink system from CMSI. The headband digitizes various electromagnetic signals from the skin to produce a series of virtual computer commands called brain fingers. According to the theory, by learning to create changes in the energy levels of your brain fingers, you will be able to control your computer. The 3D first-person games like Doom and Quake are cool, but wouldn't it be nice to play them in a real 3D visual environment? Well, a company called E.Dotscape demonstrated this wireless 3D video system that does let you play computer games in 3 dimensions. The 3Dscape wireless viewer will be packaged with a new holographic version of Quake and sell for about $100. If you're a game player who gets stuck in the middle of a game and needs a cheat book, a company called WizardWorks introduced a series of interactive game guides that provide help right on your PC, so you don't even have to leave your computer to get a hint.
Curtis has a flashback to when he was in the mental hospital. To escape the hospital, click on Curtis and then the strap holding Curtis in the chair.
WizardWorks also showed off a tutorial for Microsoft's flight simulator called Flight School. The program will teach you how to land or take off and can even take over the plane's controls so you can see how it's done. If you'd like to get into computerized video editing, check out Video Director's new Studio 200. It's a software-hardware combination that lets you edit your home videos. There are no boards to install. Just connect the Studio 200 mixer to your parallel port, a source camcorder, and a VCR. If you're worried about what your kids are watching on TV, a company named SoundView Technologies unveiled the first prototype of the V-Chip. This device lets parents block out TV programs based on the new television rating system.
Or if you're leaving for the evening and you have a young child with a 13 or 15-year-old babysitter, and just to leave them at home with the, remote control, you can set the ratings for what they see. And you can choose things that you think are appropriate so they don't get mesmerized or start staring at sexually explicit or violent programming.
A row of 6 lights corresponds to the 6 new rating levels to continually remind you of the rating of the show you're watching. If you don't care about sex and violence on TV but just want to know what's on, this is the latest version of StarSight, the on-screen programming guide. StarSight will be built into several new TVs and VCRs, offering the same kind of on-screen program guide that is available now with DSS receivers.
The average household actually gets about 12,000 shows delivered to them each week. What StarSight allows is the ability to navigate between those choices, choose a show that interests you, and with the press of one button, VCR recording automatically controls the operation of your cable box, VCR, transport controls, and powers everything off automatically.
There were several new video cameras introduced here at CES. Panasonic showed off a camera with a built-in electronic motion sensor so the camera can automatically follow the action. Tyco demonstrated this cute color video camera just for kids. Plug it into your TV to just see your picture, or plug it into a VCR to record. ITT introduced a new night vision device to enable you to shoot still and video pictures in the dark. And Sony introduced a new camcorder with a twist called the PC7.
It also features what we call a mirror mode, which is kind of nice because I flip it over like that, it inverts the image. You, the subject, get to see yourself in the view in the LCD monitor. I get to see you in the advanced color viewfinder here. It's great for shooting kids. They love to see themselves on TV and they get very animated usually.
And if all this fast-paced trade show action gets your nerves on edge, check out this new piece of software that teaches you the techniques of shiatsu relaxation.
The head point is located on the groove between the thumb and index finger at the back of the hand.
Learn the ancient secrets of this healing art on your computer and keep your mind stress-free. Yeah, the computer stuff here is cool. There's internet everywhere. But in the end, a CES show is about electronic appliances and about being very tired at the end of a long day after walking miles through 4 different convention exhibit sites. So my pick of the week for this CES show is this very relaxing, computerized electronic Panasonic massage chair. It's a great way to end the day here at the show and a great way to end this show. That's it for this week's Computer Chronicles. Hope we'll see you here again next time.
Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by SoftSource Incorporated, publishers of Pro One software, educational software for young adults. And by Upside, the business magazine for the technology elite. To order a videotape of this program, call 1-800-916-PCTV. Please ask for tapes by show number and title. And for more help in keeping up with the fast-changing world of personal computing, order the Chaffee Letter. Each month, Stuart writes in detail about topics covered on Computer Chronicles and includes his commentaries on the technology that directly affects how you use your computer. For a videotape or a subscription to the Chaffee Letter, call 1-800-916-PCTV. The Chaffee Letter, your solution to information overload. For more information on anything you've seen on today's program, check out our website at www.pctv.com.